Welcome to the San Antonio housing market update for the month of November 2023. Today we'll explore all the sales data received from the month of October. Be sure to stick around until the end and I'll give you my final thoughts after looking at the data. Your San Antonio housing market update starts right now. Okay, here we are with a look at San Antonio data market for October 2023. This is San Antonio. Okay, here we are with the market stats here for October 2023 in San Antonio, Texas. As you can see here, we are still inching closer to a balanced market according to inventory standards. Now we are at 3.88 months worth of inventory. That is an increase of 5.43% month over month, slightly higher than it was last month. So not much has changed, but it has changed a little bit. List to sold price ratio is 97.5%. So a home sell, if the home is listed at 100,000, for example, it would be selling at 97,500, just as an example. The median days or the typical days on the market for a home that is selling in about 38 days right now. And that is an 18.75% month over month increase. So we're seeing some slowing in the absorption of the homes when they come on the market. They're not selling as fast. The typical selling price right now, right in the middle, is about 300,000. It's 1.69% month over month increase. So these homes are a little bit more expensive that sold here in October than they were in November. The median estimated property value is about 289,700. That is down just 1/10 of a percentage point. So pretty much no change from September to October in that category. Over the last 12 months, we're at 5.7% plus. So it had, the estimated property value has gone up almost 6% in the full year from October 2022 to October 2023. New listing formation in October here in San Antonio. The typical new listing is being listed at $300,000. So they're really holding real tight to that $300,000 mark. You're going to see that kind of theme throughout. That's essentially no change from the month before, slightly up 0.2%. Number of properties that were newly listed month over month, 2,141 properties. Is slightly down. So fewer homeowners put their house on the market brand new. It's 2.3% month over month decrease in new listing activity. The typical median sales price or price per square foot is $170 a square foot. And the typical living space that is being put on the market is 1,791 square feet. You can see here, this is the list price over the past year from November 2022. We started at about $298,000, and the typical list price accelerated and went up to about $315,000, and that peaked in May, and it's been coming down ever since. It was really kind of flattened out now. So we finished basically where we started in 2022 there. A little higher than 2022, but we're in that same ballpark. All right, these are active listings. These listings have gone through that first initial new listing period. They have not sold yet, um, and this is where you're starting to see some inventory build in the active listing category. The typical active listing is listed at $314,895. You call it 315, if you will. That's down slightly, almost 1% month over month. There are approximately 5,844 of these properties that are on the market. That's up about 3.7%, almost 4% increase in inventory. These are just active listings. They don't have contracts on them. They're available to take a bid. The typical days on the market, 54 days for these active listings. That's another 4% increase, give or take. The typical price per square foot is $173 a square foot for those active listings. And the typical size footprint, 1,888 square feet of living space in these active listings. That's down. They're slightly smaller this month than they were last month, but they're about 1,888 square feet. You'll see what active listings did here throughout the year. Went up from 308,000 all the way up, peaked in June to 322,000. That's when you see most of your big family size homes in the market. Usually that's where that price really kind of increases there, and it slowly comes down towards the end of the year. Now these are new pending listings. These listings are now under contract and finished with their inspections and all that good stuff. So these are new pending listings for the month of October. New pending listings. A typical pending listing is at $299,999. So they're coming down slightly in the median list price. These are the ones that people are attracted to. Anything with a 2 in front of it, my loan officer is telling me, is getting more attention than anything with a 3 in it. So people are being really conscious about price point where they can, and purchasing those less expensive homes when they can. The number of properties that are newly pending, around 1,111 properties. That's down almost 15% month over month, which is a typical response to the fall season. We're getting back into that normal cycle. The days on market is around 47 days on market. That is a 27% increase over the last month. So they're staying on the market a little bit longer, and requiring more time to get under contract. The typical price per square foot is $166 a square foot for these new pending listings. So they're coming off of some of those price points you saw earlier. The median living area square footage is 1,910 square feet. That's up 3.9%. So this crop of newly pending listings is a little bit bigger than the last bunch. And these are pending listings. These listings were already under contract, already pending. They're just carried over from the month before, and they should be closing real soon. These were the median list price was $299,950. There are about 1,485 of these properties that are pending and under contract. The median days on the market, 35 days. So these went under contract a little quicker. So if you're comparing this last slide to this slide, these went faster than the previous. The median price per square foot, $166 a square foot. and the median living square footage is 1,901 square feet. And now for the sold listings. Sold listings, again, you see that 300,000 there. We're right in there at 300,000 month over month. This is slightly higher, 1.7% higher median sold price in October versus September. There are 1,097 of these sold properties. That's a 18.6% decrease in number of properties that were sold. So again, the theme that we're seeing here is a kind of deceleration of the market there for October, not moving quite as fast. Average list price to sales price ratio, pretty close to what we started with at 97.45%. Median days in the market, again, more slowing here, 18.8% increase in days on the market. And price per square foot, $165 a square foot. And now for months supply of inventory, we're still looking at 3.88 months of supply and inventory. Last month we saw a change, 5.4% change. So our supply is going up. We're still seeing an increase in supply. Over the last 12 months, we've seen 34.7% change. So that's something buyers want to see. If you're kind of sitting on the sidelines looking, you want to see more supply out there so that you have more to choose from, and you can make a better decision for yourself when you have more supply. These are sold public records. These are homes that sold probably to an investor, maybe off market. Median sold price 185. Now I've seen a lot of these properties. I get these properties quite a bit. They're not, so don't look so close into the price. A lot of these really have a lot of work, but 180,500 is the median sold price that you find in public records. 12.8% increase. Number of properties being sold like that, though, is down to 46 and 16.4% month over month. And these are estimates because we don't always get all that information in the public record. Sometimes there isn't a price there. So this is just to be taken with a grain of salt. This data right here is not as reliable as the rest of it, but it does give you some idea on what's happening in the public record. After looking at all of this data and considering how high interest rates are, I have to say that the strength of the San Antonio housing market comes down to its relatively lower price point compared to other markets. It's not the cheapest market anymore, but it's priced just well enough to continue to attract buyers who have to move right now. And when we do see relief in interest rates, those hard to sell homes with repairs sitting on the market right now stand a good chance of getting snapped back up again. I don't know exactly when rates will fall, but I feel it may be soon. So if you're thinking about making a move and want to explore your options before more competition comes into the market, call me at 210-260-6617.